Hey everyone, ready for another pentatonic class, pentatonic lesson. We're going to, let's see where we have arrived at this point. You guys, if you've been following along, you should be able to play. You should know your pentatonic box shapes by heart and what number box they are. You should also be able to play the minor pentatonic mini scale I showed you last lesson, all up and down your fretboard, all the way up in any key. And I hope you got a chance to practice that with a backing track and try to be kind of creative with the mini scale to see what you could come up with and stuff. In this lesson, we're going to use the mini scale and we're going to plug that into the full box shape. That way you'll gain access of the whole box and not just have the mini scale. You'll have the full minor pentatonic box. Each individual box, you'll gain access to it. So we're going to have a little bit of a test today to see if you can figure this out. So stay tuned. Okay, do you remember our mini scale? It was a 4-fret stretch followed by a 3-fret stretch by another 3-fret stretch, right? Well, this is box 1 of the pentatonic scale. Where in this box 1 shape do you see the mini scale hiding out? It's only going to plug into one spot. And I hope that you said this spot right here, because there it is. And the way I want you to practice this is, I want you to practice it playing from the root all the way up to the top of box 1, and you have the repeat of the bottom of the mini scale, or the mini scale up here, because it's a duplicate string. But play all the way up and then back down to the root. That's how I want you to practice that, okay? So there's the mini scale, and here's the extra notes of box 1. Practice it together. Okay, here's box 2. Who can spot the mini scale in box 2? Here it is right here. You've got the 4-fret stretch, and then you have the 3-fret. Now we got to slide the top line up on the B string because of the tuning. So there is the mini scale. It only plugs into one place. It's very useful. Only plugs into one place. So the way I want you to practice this, when you're practicing your scales, is start with the root, which would be the second position of the root scale right here, and then play up, down to the bottom of box 2, and then back up to the root. Okay? That's how you practice this one when you're doing your drills and stuff to learn this. So there's your mini scale. Okay, this will be a more challenging one, but perhaps. Where do you see the mini scale at? And this is box 3. Remember, it's a 4 followed by a 3-fret stretch. A 4-fret stretch followed by a 3-fret stretch just above it. The only place you see a 4 followed by a 3 like that is here. See, there's your 4 followed by a 3. So you don't have your full mini scale here, but you've got part of your mini scale. See? Yeah, of course, because it repeats, you got the same thing down here and all. But anyway, there's your partial mini scale, but you've got your whole third box. It only plugs into this one place in the third box in minor pentatonic. This is the minor mini scale. Only one place in this third box. Okay, here's the fourth box. Who can spot the mini scale in the fourth box? I'm sorry for the glare. Who can spot the mini scale in the fourth box? Remember, it's a 4-fret stretch followed by a 3. The only place it occurs is right here. 4-fret stretch followed by a 3, and then you have the full mini scale right there. So what does that mean on all these boxes? Well, in this case, if you had a root on your A string, if you want to play a minor scale, then you could start playing this minor fourth box right there. And just like it was with the rest of the boxes, that shows you where you can play your minor pentatonic scale from that root and what shape box to play. But we're not going to leave it up for you to think about it. That's why we're going to drill. That's why we're going to start with the root, up, down to the bottom, back to the root, as we play through our root scale. Here's our final box, box 5. Can you spot the mini scale? A 4 fret stretch followed by a 3. Only one place, here. 4 fret followed by 3. And of course we have the shift up because of the B string. But there's the mini scale. You play from the root up, down to the bottom, back to the root. I'm about to get the guitar out and show you how I practice it. I don't know if you realize this, probably not. My phone, if I leave the video paused for me to rearrange things for the video, it'll unpause itself and end the video. And then I'll have to go into an editing program to try to splice things together. And it is a massive hassle. So I try to keep everything with just pausing the video. It's low tech, but it's a lot easier to do in the truck with just my phone. I'm going to try to do this up. Okay. I usually start off in A or G and first position root scale, and then I just play the mini scale. And I recognize the first box shape and I go. And then go to the second root position. And I play the mini scale. I have box 2. Then position 3. Root scale position 3. Position 4 of the root scale is also the 4th box. And position 5 . So once you get the hang of that, playing the boxes from the root, following the root scale. Now later on, I'll do some lessons on playing the scale up one string, and then working from each position of that, and putting the box, creating the box from that position as you go up one string. It's like if you're shredding or something, or whatever you're doing. But even then, learning it this way will be better, because once you go to do the scale up one string, you start playing a box, you'll know from the box shape where your root is. It'll put you back on your root scale. And of course, if you ever mess up, you remember the lesson on the safety net fret, B-E-A-D-G-C-F, on the 7th fret, just in case you get lost. Okay, so just like anything else, once you get good at this exercise following the root scale, try jumping ahead. So like you play the first box. Now just skip this one, go to this one. And then skip this one, go to this one. Now, this is generally what I do all the time to practice. What I actually do, and I'll go ahead and show you this here because you know enough to do what I'm about to show you, is I will make, like I start on G, I will make the G major chord. It's out of tune, but it doesn't matter. G major chord. Until I do minor. We're doing minor, my bad. I'll make the G minor chord, and then I'll play the G minor. And I also do diatonic, but you don't know that yet. So anyway, we'll go to the next root position, and I'll do the same thing. I'll say, I want to play the minor chord there. So there's the minor chord from that root. You don't know it, go back to lesson 2, I think. And I'll continue to do the same. I'll play the chords all the way up. So that's my practice I do every day, just about every day that I breathe air. I pick the guitar long enough to play. I play both major and minor. I play all the major chords and the major pentatonic, major diatonic boxes associated with that root. And then I'll do the same thing with the minor. I play minor pentatonic and minor diatonic associated with that root, all up and down. And you'll get that when I show you the diatonic scales. That'll be a good thing for you to do too. So you can practice your chords with this. Play your chord from the root that I showed you in lesson 2, and then play the minor box. Play your minor chord and then play the minor box. And then you can start trying to mess around with it. Whatever. Anyway, have fun with it. The point of all this stuff is to have fun. It's not to memorize and to know all the guitar and be able to, but to actually be able to create stuff and know where to put your fingers to make it sound good. In the next lesson, I hope I've been clear enough in this one. I hope I hadn't rushed through it. I'm sorry it's been a little while since I got a video. I've been sick. I'm sorry. But got any questions about this, comment and everything, and if you do, I'll make another video, or if I can, I'll answer it in the comments. But in the next video, I'm going to show you all the alternatives that I know, all the extras that you can add into the pentatonic that you hardly ever find anyone ever telling you about. This chromatic stuff and extra added in notes, and you'll find out why the pentatonic scale is so loved, because there's so much stuff you can do with it, and you can make it sound like anything, really. But anyway, I hope that you get something out of the video, and when you get the hang of this, you should be able to play the minor pentatonic anywhere in any key without any kind of limitation whatsoever. Anyway, see you in the next video. Thank you. Oh, like and subscribe with my big finger pointing at you. The big finger. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to my videos. Okay, this is weird. Okay. Tell your friends, even the ones that don't play guitar, show off. They'll think you're something else. Look down your nose and go, you should really subscribe to this because I play guitar. Anyway, I'm being silly. Thanks, everybody. Bye.